Well, during one of Tuesday's series of comments, President Joe Biden blamed the, quote, ultra MAGA Republicans for the economy and spiking inflation. There's no evidence of that, of course, and it's completely absurd. But here's what he said.
The other path is the ultra MAGA plan put forward by congressional Republicans to raise taxes on working families, lower the income of American workers, threaten sacred programs Americans count on like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and give break after break to big corporations and billionaires.
There's no truth to that. There's nothing to what he says. It's gibberish. And the problem is it's getting harder and harder for Americans to decipher the gibberish that comes from this guy. Biden also took aim at Senator Rick Scott's Rescue America proposal, saying it would raise taxes on 75 million American families and do nothing to hold big corporations and companies accountable. Of course he did. Joining me now to discuss Biden's latest series of attack on Republicans is our own Amanda Head. Amanda, good to see you. It's just typical. This administration has a laundry list of failures and not one thing you can say, well, here's a big win, because I don't know where it is. Americans don't know where it is. And everybody knows this is not working, right?
Yeah, for 250 years, roughly, people who hate America have been utilizing a tactic I call the Patriot pejorative. It started out with Yankee Doodles, where redcoats called us Yankee Doodles in an effort to criticize us. They used it as a pejorative, and then, of course, our side, the Patriots, ran with it. About 7 years ago, it was the deplorables, and now it is ultra MAGA. Conservatives and patriots alike have an uncanny ability to take these things and run with it. I think that people are proud to be ultra MAGA, and what's insane here is that for any normal president, knowing that his party holds the White House, the House, and the Senate, you would think, logically, critically, that there would be no way that you could blame the other side because you have control of all three of those. But that's not the case with Joe Biden. And when Democrats won those special election seats in the Senate, the one thing I thought was, okay, the silver lining of this is that there will be no ambiguity. Whatever happens, good, bad, or otherwise, it will be completely the Democrats' fault. And now that we know this has been a dumpster fire, logically, we know that this is all the Democrats' fault. So for Joe Biden to be blaming Republicans when Republicans don't have control of the House, the Senate, or the White House, it's a little absurd, but it's Joe Biden, so hey.
Yeah. It's blame everybody, take no accountability for yourselves. It is, look, shiny object over here. It's distraction time. But look, I'm looking at the numbers, Amanda, and even you there in California have to be hearing and seeing the same things, and that is a migration away from the Democrats, from the progressives. And if they thought this whole abortion, sideshow was going to somehow save them in the midterms, they're flat out wrong, aren't they?
Yeah, and we've been seeing this shift. Of course, as everyone knows, California, for the first time in history, has lost a congressional seat because of so many people leaving the state. But you look at the polling, and my co-host John Solomon and I were talking about this morning. I don't know why Democrats thought that abortion was going to be the catalyst issue to drive out votes in November. It remains to not even be in the top three. You look at people, and you look at the priorities for people going into midterms. Abortion is not up there. People just don't care if they can't feed their families, if they can't feed their babies. And my gosh, if it's not the abortion thing that sends people to the other side, how about, again, my co-host John Solomon's report that they are sending pallets of baby formula to the border. So moms in America, I hope that you rest easy. Even though you can't feed your baby, just be happy knowing that illegal immigrants coming across our border, well, they're getting their newborns fed just fine. Hope that makes you feel better.
I think you forgot all the supplies and humanitarian supplies and formula going to Ukraine as well. Because apparently Ukraine is now the 51st state in America, a war that nobody wants. A war that nobody wants, but somehow the warmongers, that including, of course, this administration, keep pushing and prodding and pushing and prodding because, again, they need a distraction away from this disaster of all their policies. Amanda, thank you as always. Catch Amanda ahead. And as she mentioned, John Solomon, her co-host on Just the News, Not Noise. It's 6 o'clock weeknights right here on Real America's Voice. Check it out. Don't miss a day.